Hello everyone. So today I'm going to go over some stocks that I believe are very good to trade or at least to watch for now. And I hope that everyone had a great day today in the stock market like me. I've been actually having great months. You can see this is month. This is my profit every month, and I've been green for quite a bit of months. Um, and here's even you can see here. This is my P&L versus the S&P 500, and you can see that I'm 90% and the S&P is like 22%. So I exceeded the S&P, which is good. And so I guess that's it. I don't want to bore you too much. So let's review the stocks. Um, Actually, let me start with this MDRR. The first one is MDRR. Um, Here's that stock. The reason why I'm talking about this stock is that you can see I previously drew this resistance line based on this point here, that point here, and there is a point here. And this resistance was actually broken on the 8th of February, and the price went up a little bit, but then it went down and then went down again, and that's it. It went down. You can see like it started going below this resistance point on the 22nd, which is when the market kind of crashed. It's all the market and all the stocks went down. So it's probably that's why it went down. Um, and you can see that it went down to that point here. That was probably like its next support. And then it came again today. Today you can see that it broke this point, which was a resistance, then became a support, then became a obviously like a resistance when you break it and go down. Then it was a resistance, but it was broken today. Was a huge volume spike in volume, so that's what makes me believe that this line may still be a resistance and the price may go up. That's why I wanted to talk about this stock, and you can see that this stock is good for because of its float. It's a low float stock, which means that the price can go up very high in a very short period of time. Um, so it's possible that it can go up like 300-400% in one day, and you can see it happened before, so it can happen again here. Especially with that spike in volume, it tells me that maybe people are expecting the stock to go up. You can see the volume for today is 10 million versus an average volume of 500. So that's a huge spike in volume, and that makes me believe that this stock can go up. Its symbol is MDRR. It's called Middle East Diversified. Um, I'm not sure if there's news on it today. You can look that up on Google. As you know, I like the chart more than the news. And here's based on one analyst, it's 100% buy, or like I mean, one analyst says it's a buy. Um, Here is it pays a dividend. Okay, that company, well, it stopped paying the dividend in 2020, in February 2020, when the market crashed because of COVID. And there are no options to trade. And here's some information about the company. It's in the United States. Here's some information. Um, let's go to the next company on the list, which is GTIM. And it's called GTIM, Good Times. So hopefully you'll have a good time trading this stock. Um, Here's the resistance, and I built it. I drew this resistance based on the price going up to here, and then going down, then going up, and not closing above this point, and went down, and then here today it closed above this line, which I drew based on these points. It closed above this line. Was quite a spike in volume. So it makes me believe that this stock can go up. The float is 9 million shares, which is quite low. It's actually low. Like, yeah. Um, and the average volume is 100, but today's volume is 200. The price now is at $4.08 per share, and there's no news on Webull today. But maybe there is something on Google. You can look that up if you like the stock. Here's how it's performing. It's probably not a very good stock to invest in long term, but for the short term, it might be very well worth it. Because it can go up really high in a very short period of time based on that float and price. No dividends. There are options to trade if you guys like options. And here's some information about the company. It's in the United States. It's Good Times. It's restaurant. Okay. Operates and franchise Good Time burgers and frozen custard. Okay, so maybe you guys are familiar with that restaurant. But yeah, here's some information about the company, and let's go to the next one on the list, which is UEPS. Of course, wait until the end of the video. I'm gonna go over a stock that is going up now. So I saved the best for the last, maybe. Here's that stock. It's now it's at 5.75, trading at this price. The average volume is 500. Today's volume is 800, so it's quite a bit of volume today. The float is 52, which is not very low, but it's still quite a low float stock based on this float and the price. And I drew this resistance line based on that point here, and you can see that it has not broken the resistance yet, but it's a stock to watch now because it can break the resistance tomorrow, for sure. Even what is that? The high is 5.7. Yeah, it can break this resistance tomorrow for sure. So it's a stock to watch. With that volume too, there is quite a spike in volume today versus the previous 30 days or so. And it's called Net1 USPS technological company maybe, and its symbol is UEPS. And it's trading at 5.66 or 5.75 in the aftermarket. It rose a bit, 1.569%. And let's go financials. I don't care that much about financials, as you know, for these stocks. Based on one analyst, it's a buy. No dividends. You can buy options if you like options. Here's some information about the company. It's in South Africa, and it was listed in 2005. Here's some information about the company. I'm now curious actually what happened from 2005 to now. Okay, so it started here. Okay, now it's quite at its lowest, but it seems like there is actually a support here, like a long-term support, so it might be a good time to buy, honestly, because the price should not, like, well, I would expect that it will not break this strong support. And now it's at the support, so it may actually spike up or go up. Like here. Well, this support line was not defined yet, but you can see that it spiked, so it may spike again. Like this stock is able to go up very high in a short period of time, apparently, so it can do that again because it happened before. So yeah, it's a stock to watch. And then let's go to the next stock, which is CCLP. And before we go over it, I would advise you guys to subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I try to post videos every day about the stocks that I believe are good to trade or at least to watch. and soon I'll also be explaining the terms and go over how I buy the stocks and what you should do or what you shouldn't do. So it's gonna be a great value for you guys, I'm sure. And you can see, if you looked at the beginning of the video, you can see how I'm able to grow my account, so I know what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. Not like everyone else. So hopefully you guys can subscribe if you enjoy the content of the channel, and you can also click on the notification bell to get notified as soon as I upload a video, so that you can see the stocks that I recommend and maybe buy them right away if you like them, or short them even. But and let's review that stock. So it's CCLP. It's called CSI Combressco. Combressco. It's quite a. I like the name. Um, and I drew this line based on this point. Well, actually, kind of this point here. You can like kind of do that. Or do this. It's, as I told you guys, it's not a black and white area. It's a gray area when you're drawing the resistance or the support lines. Um, so it's not a black and white area. So you can consider this a point or maybe not. It's up to you. And here's a point here where the price did not close above this line, and here also like it did not close above this line, and it did not do that for these couple of days, as you see. But today it did close above the line. So that tells me that something may come up. Um, I guess it's not a very good stock based on the float, but you never know. It honestly can spike up. Like I have seen stocks that had 100 or 200 thousand shares, million, 100 or 200 million shares as a float, and their prices, and they went up like 500 or 300% in one day, and like over 1,000 in a couple of days. Um, so it's possible, it can happen, and you can see here, yeah, the stock went up like about 236% in over a couple of days, 4 or 5 days. So it's a potential that this can happen. Um, let's go over the news. Nothing for today on Webull. And this is Webull too. Okay, 100% sell. So I don't know when this analyst gave this recommendation or opinion. It might have been there for like a month or two ago, or he might be biased towards something. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe he's right. Maybe this opinion was given recently. I'm not sure. Um, but definitely, like, I don't think that this is a long-term stock to invest into. It's just to buy, and hopefully, like, it spikes up or gaps up, and that's when you get your profit and close your position. It's not a long-term stock for me. And here are the options. There are options to trade if you like. Information about the company. It's in the United States. It's in the energy sector. Some information about it in depth. That's the stock, and let's go to the last stock. And before I do that, this is Webull, by the way, guys. It's a very nice app. If you want to get free stocks, you can sign up using the link in the description below. Let's go to the last stock, CFRX. Okay, so I drew this line based on this point here and that point here, and kind of, well, that's not a point yet because the price did not retract, I guess. I don't know. But I wanted to go over this stock because of these 2 points where there is a resistance here, and there is a huge spike in volume today. Today's volume was like 5 million, 5.5 million versus 300 average volume. And you can see in the aftermarket hours it also went up 42%. So actually the price broke this resistance. You can see that on the 1 hour chart. This is the line that I showed you. Like, this line is here on the 1 hour chart. That's the line of resistance, and apparently or clearly it was broken. in the aftermarket hours. So there is something going on in this stock. You can see now it's trading at 44%, or I mean 42%. So it might be a good stock to buy now, or maybe short, maybe now or later too. The float is 24 million shares. I hate this message. And you see that the volume is 5 million. That's probably including the aftermarket hours volume. The aftermarket hours volume is 500 or 603. It's about a million, versus 300. That's still a lot of volume being traded in the aftermarket. So there is definitely a movement. And I'm assuming there's something, yeah, contract award. So it was awarded a contract. It might be a very recent news. Probably it is, but you can look that up on Google. That's why there is a movement in the aftermarket hours and it's going up like that. Based on 3 analysts, it's a buy, but I don't know when they give their opinion and if they're biased or not. I wouldn't really trust them that much, but it's something to let you guys know about. Here are the options. If you like options, it's available. And here's some information about the company. It's in New York, and it's in the healthcare industry or sector. And here's some more information in depth about the company. And it's called Contract Fict, or Contrafict, yeah. And its symbol CFRX, and now it's trading at $8.8. Based on the news about the contract. That's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you do, you can subscribe or follow the channel to get notified of the videos as soon as I upload them. Sometimes there are stocks that are really very good to trade at the moment, so it's better for you to be to subscribe and be notified right away. You can also get free stocks using the link in the description below, and you can also leave me a comment and let me know what you think about these stocks, what you like, what you dislike. You can like the video if you like the video. And that's it. Thank you, guys, and I wish you best of the luck.